sweater with someone.
So like I said, it's sad because a lot of people are trying to look like these celebrities, and these celebrities don't even look like this. All right.
The stomach without even asking for Tato. Today, computer technology makes altering the record much easier. Advertisers alter images all the time. That Hyundai logo on the rock climbing wall, the mobile speed pass sign, they're not really there. At the stadium, you won't see them. The computer adds them for the home TV audience.
So you see this, so all of this stuff is going on, and we're not even really realizing what's happening.
It's on the grass of the football field, too.
So
the computers can even do it on moving pictures, as they did with this James Bond film. Lana Wood was made more modest with a computer-generated black bra when the movie ran on ABC. And remember E.T.? When first released, these cops threatened Elliot and his friends with shotguns. But director Steven Spielberg said he later found the guns distasteful, and when E.T. was re-released this year, the guns were gone. And that's his right. It's fiction. Changing a reality is another matter. The University of Wisconsin doctored the cover of this admissions booklet, adding the face of Diallo Shabazz to make the picture look more diverse.
The admissions booklet was a blatant lie.
How'd you know it was a lie? Maybe you were at this game.
I'd never been to a UW football game.
After the school paper publicized the trick, the school apologized and immediately spent thousands of dollars reprinting every booklet. Shabazz still sued the school.
To win?
Well, in a situation like this, there really are no winners.
But did you win some money?
Did I win money? I can't talk about that, I'm sorry.
Wisconsin paid and apologized because they knew they'd done something wrong. And the CBS Early Show doesn't apologize for using electronic tricks to add its name to where it doesn't exist. And CBS broadcast this concert where concert producers appear to have beefed up Whitney Houston. Entertainment Weekly printed a photo from the original concert and suggests a computer was used to hide the displeasing sight of Houston's protruding collarbones. CBS referred us to the concert producers who had no comment. It's worse when news organizations alter images, because our business is bringing you reality. Time and Newsweek did O.J. cover stories using Simpson's mugshot, but Time darkened his picture. Some blacks complained that it made him look sinister, and Time apologized.
So you see how they manipulate us, how they play us.
Now, doctoring photos is just one way to change a message. Maxim magazine didn't distort photos, but what they did, I think, is even worse. They promised an article declaring the greatest city on earth, which was New York, according to the copy sent me. And inside, an article explained why New York is the greatest and why 12 other cities are the absolute worst. Don't go there, said the magazine. But the other cities got different versions. And their issues, their city was the best, and New York among the absolute worst. Some newspapers, like the Denver Post, were taken in by the trick. Maxim later said, yes, we lied, but it was a joke, and people should expect that from humor magazines. They have a point, and it's a relief that most examples of deceit we found were relatively trivial. So what if they give Nelly Furtado a new stomach or Oprah a better body?
In the past, publications have done much worse. America may once have gone to war because government was tricked by a newspaper.
William Randolph Hearst, to sell more newspapers, had his paper make up stories about Spanish soldiers committing atrocities in Cuba and Americans in peril. One of Hearst's employees in Cuba cabled him. Everything's quiet. There's no trouble here. There will be no war. Hearst cabled back. You supply the pictures. I'll supply the war. He then did. Remember the Maine? That was an American battleship that sank in Cuba's harbor. The cause is still unknown. Historians say it may have been an accident, a fuel explosion. But readers of Hearst newspapers were sure the Spanish Navy torpedoed the Maine. Not an accident, said Hearst's headlines. There was a torpedo. It's been proved absolutely. With hype like that, Hearst got his war, and American troops went to Cuba.
Today, thankfully, this doesn't happen. It's not because there are laws against it.
It's because there's much more media competition now, and we know our...
Let's stop this one right here so we can kind of get through the other things. But basically, you get the gist of what they're saying. They're saying, that the media manipulates us. All right. But let's go on to something.
The mic is not on.
I want to, because sometimes we talk about subliminal messages, okay? And we got to really understand what subliminal messages are.
Is your mic on?
Put that on the second level.
Second level. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought it was way up. All right, so we got to really see what subliminal messages are. Subliminal messages are messages that your unconscious mind takes in and sees, but your conscious mind doesn't see right away. All right? So for this next piece, we might want to have the smaller kids leave the room just for a second, because this is a little rough, but I need us to understand what subliminal messages are. All right. Now, if you've seen these, hold it to yourself so that we can see if other people can figure out what's going on in these subliminal messages. All right, but here's subliminal messages. Now, looking at this picture, anybody seen this one before? Okay. So looking at this picture, do you see any subliminal messages? Something that your conscious mind won't pick up right away, but your unconscious mind will. And they've studied this because they know how these things affect us and how we think. Anybody see anything?
Laid by the best.
Oh, okay. You always said because it says laid by the best? Okay. Nah, that's not it though. That's not it though. We're talking about something visual. I mean, well, something besides the words, but within the picture. How long the neck is? Okay, nah. All right, well, let's, anybody else want to try? Any sisters want to try? You said we got to do with what? With flooring. Well, laid by the best is like they lay in the floor.
Yeah, but the picture doesn't suggest one.
Right, exactly. Home sister. All right. So here we go. Let's get some help. Let's get some help. Let's turn the picture around. Anybody see?
Oh, yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. That's hard.
Now,
My hand, watch her.
it says cover the lady's head in glass, and what do you see? Let's see if I can help y'all out a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see who.
Can you see it now?
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you still didn't see it?
Yeah, that's a skirt, legs.
Oh, I see.
That's why
You see it now?
I see.
That's why I said, like you said, that's why I said laid by the best. Okay? So these people, your mind takes this in. And they've studied this for a while. Back in the day, they used to run it, a subliminal message during, like when you go to the movies and you be watching, getting ready, we were watching the previews and stuff like that. They would flash something real quick. Like they might flash Pepsi or popcorn and make you want to go out and get some Pepsi or popcorn. It's like, hey, man, I want some popcorn. So what they did was they started saying that they couldn't do that. They were saying it was against the law to, subliminally do that. Okay? But now, here's some others. But these people are sick. B at the bottom? Nah. You said what?
Like if
You said spell sex? Alright, let's see. So she was right. Okay. You see the word sex there now?
I don't see it.
You still don't see it? Alright, watch. It's in red, look. S,
No, without it being red.
E,
Oh, okay.
X.
I see it now.
Okay. Hidden. Okay. Now watch this. Let's go back now and let you see it again. Because now since you've been alerted to it, now you see it. Right? But your unconscious mind picks this up. Okay? And you know, the word sex in your mind, it's like that's something good. Okay? So here we go. Let's move on. Now, it says subliminal messages are embedded into advertisements to trigger emotional cues to achieve a desired response. Okay? And the reason why they use sex so much, because what's that saying? Sex sells. Right? And this one is hard to see, so I'm just going to go straight to this one. But they have a skull in the glass. Okay? Now look at this one. This is from a Coke advertisement.
Oh man, that's bad. That's terrible.
You see that there?
That's terrible.
This is it blown up.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And this is what these advertisers do. Alright?
Is that a child?
No.
It just looks like a girl. I mean,
It's a person.
yeah. And look at what it says. Feel the curves. Okay? So take a look at the following picture. See what you see subliminal in there.
Ain't nothing subliminal.
Oh, that nasty.
You said all that nasty. You said all that nasty. Yeah. From there to there to there. All over the place. Okay? Now, you see this one? Sex and what else? Sex and yes. Alright? If you look at it this way, it's sex. If you look at it this way, it's yes. Okay? So these are the games that they play, but I'm going to show you something that's heavier. Okay? Now,
I wish I could have saw it.
now, the thing I like to do is I listen to everybody. Okay? And you can find a lot of truth by listening to everybody. Okay? This is from a Christian group. Alright? But it's so powerful, the research that they put together. Alright? But I want you to see this, but this is on subliminal messages, okay? And this is entitled The Hypnotist. Okay? And it's talking about
Close it.
oh, okay. It's about the hypnotist is, you know, basically the television. Okay. Now I gotta fast forward. Just be patient with me a little bit. I gotta fast forward to the spot that I want in this one. Now, I think this is something interesting that you should see. Okay.
So,
this word sorcery here. If you look it up in the Strong's Concordance, the original root Greek word was pharmakia.
Okay, pharmakia. All right, that's the word with the Greek word for sorcery. Okay, what do we have from pharmakia? Pharmacy. Okay, and look what it's saying: the use or the administering of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. I guess a metaphor, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. But this is the root word this is the word that we have, pharmacy. And pharmacy that's what they're doing, giving you drugs. Okay? And if you really look at it, poisoning you at the same time with these drugs.
All the side effects.
All the side effects. It's like, oh yeah, it'll cure your headache, but your leg will fall off tomorrow. Okay? You'll go blind in one eye, but it wasn't your good eye, so don't worry about it. Okay? So, it is very, very interesting. All right?
What's that word sound like? Pharmacy. It's where we get our word pharmacy. The use or administering of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. So you can kind of wrap all those definitions up into one definition, and Ivor Myers is another guy who
Now let me get to the part he did with the subliminal messages. All right? Because you'll find this very interesting. And just to see how slick these people are. All right, and he's talking about how the television affects your brain and everything. Now, something interesting. I'll show you this too.
No advertising. Don't worry, it will only affect you.
When you see something like this is what they call third eye activation technique that they use. They use this to try to awaken what they call their third eye. Okay, and this is a part of this is very occultic.
At 5.
And I've seen that in different rap videos and everything.
You'll see why Rick said.
But let me get to this. Now, here we go.
subliminal advertising that we found that took place in a TV show.
Iron Chef is one of the Food Network's biggest hits with its combination of cuisine and competition, but some are wondering if perhaps there was a subliminal ad, a flash of a commercial product seen on the show. Paul Boyd reports.
The Iron Chef is a TV cult classic with hectic, heated, and often messy cook-offs. But now the show's making news for something that boiled over outside the famed kitchen stadium. Eagle-eyed viewer Eli Hodap of Chicago was watching this Iron Chef America episode when he noticed this flash across the screen.
Just for a second, it went red.
Did you see it? When Eli slowed it down, frame by frame, it turned out to be this McDonald's logo, sandwiched in the Food Network show. McDonald's is an Iron Chef sponsor, but the Food Network and McDonald's say they weren't trying to broadcast a subliminal message. Ads so short they're only seen by the subconscious.
It's a flash frame that came up at the wrong time, but it's definitely not subliminal advertising.
Flash frame that just came up at the wrong time. Scotty and I, we worked in this industry. We know editing. A frame doesn't just fall off the shelf and somehow land in the cut. Purposefully put there. Now, we gave this presentation at a university in Tennessee, and I had a student come up to me afterwards and say, "You guys need to kind of do some more research on the subliminal advertising thing. It's not real." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." The next day, he came up with this big packet of paper, and I read through it. And sure enough, they'd done this big study, and yeah, it doesn't work. But you can look and find studies that they have done where it does work. And if it doesn't work, then why are they trying it? Why are they doing it? I mean, you saw right there that McDonald's was an Iron Chef sponsor. So that, I mean, there's motive, right? Here's another quick one that we found.
Now check this one. This is interesting. All right. Let's see.
Okay,
So anybody see it?
Something. I don't know what it was.
So you see what? Now watch this. Watch when they slow it down.
here's a little frame by frame slow down. She squishes the phone. Oh,
Whoa.
You see this?
Wow.
In the
Okay.
spray?
Sprint. Advertising for Sprint. Okay? I mean, but it happens so fast, your conscious mind doesn't pick it up. But your unconscious mind takes it in. Okay?
now, do we consciously pick these things up? No. This is on the subconscious level. So I mean, we're talking about things that we don't even really know the full scope and ramifications of.
Now, I'm going to stop this here, but there's something else interesting on here I would like you to see. But y'all want to go into where we left off at last time?
Come on with it.
You want to see? You want to see? Okay. Now, check this out.